Hi, everybody. My name's Rocky Caravelli. I'm an Ibogaine provider for the Awakening in the Dream group. We started, also the founder, we started the Awakening in the Dream House in San Pancho, Nayarit in 2006. I've been working with Ibogaine since 2003 when I took my original treatment and worked at the clinic for almost a year as a house manager for the integration house and then also as a sitter. Uh, we're remodifying our presentation of Ibogaine. Um, for many years, we've been doing the detox work, and we're at a place now where there's enough clinics that are following the guidelines that we started with GITA, the Global Ibogaine Therapy Alliance, and are practicing ethically and are using the medicine properly and from sustainable sources. So we're hoping to now be able to provide Ibogaine to people in the professional field because of the changes of regulations around psychedelic therapy. Ibogaine is becoming um, kind of a hidden gem for people who are working in the field of psychotherapy, especially for drug addiction, and are wanting to learn more about how Ibogaine works, how it's administered. People are wanting to know more about working in the medium doses and working with the total alkaloid extracts, um, which we have been producing ourselves from rhubarb, um, from sustainable resources in Gabon, um, which is limited, but point being is we're trying to find where our new place is in the field of Ibogaine therapy. Um, I feel we've done our share of working in the detox aspect of Ibogaine, um, and are now wanting to evolve into helping to provide therapists who are wanting to work with people who want to take Ibogaine. So this is really exciting because for years we have wished for and wanted to have these things available, and now Ibogaine is becoming more globally known and has got a reputation now of being effective, and there's more studies being produced, and there's now big corporations wanting to set up clinical trials in Canada. So it's our opportunity to start working with people who are in the professional field now that we know that there's some safe clinics for people to do detox work, that we can start modifying and help to build and generate a substructure for pre and post Ibogaine treatment and an ongoing therapy and support for recovery. So this is an introduction, and what I'm hoping is to get feedback from people. If people have questions around the use of Ibogaine and how it's, whatever questions you may have. And I'm happy to be able to provide what my experiences have been. I'm only one provider, but of course we have a whole community of providers that we're all networked together, and what we're finding is that we're starting to create our own best niches. In other words, I specialize in methamphetamine because that was my main drug of dependence. Even though I was hooked on heroin and methadone, the Ibogaine treatment ended a 17-year methamphetamine struggle, and not many people work with Ibogaine for methamphetamine, and so we've been trying to find each provider's best area of expertise, and being networking together rather than being competitive or working as an isolated entity of our own. The tribe, in other words, is alive, and that was what we experienced in San Pancho. Was that we had a a community of people who have worked with ibogaine, people who were coming to work with ibogaine, people who were staying that worked with ibogaine, and we had providers that were coming down that were bringing their client base down, and it was a really cool experience. And so now we're more inclined to go to the next level, which is to bring in more people from the professional field, that they have a place to come that is confidential if they want to work with the medicine themselves, which is always the best. I think that people working with ibogaine at this stage is going to be best beneficial if they can have the experience themselves. Again, back to working in the middle range doses and working with the total alkaloid extracts is like a whole new level of presentation of working with ibogaine, that people can work on specific emotional and psychological conditions rather than the initiatory experience, which is what we were kind of known for, which is what it takes in order to break an opiate habit or a chemical dependency habit. We still are happy to provide what we call reset therapy for people who have been able to get off drugs on their own or alcohol, and have a period of time now where they've been free of having to consume drugs or alcohol, and want to work on a deeper level of what were the motives or the trauma or the wounds that were driving them to want to self-medicate to begin with. So this is an exciting time for us, and again, it's an introduction, or it's an we're offering the opportunity to introduce ourselves more to the people who have been in the field much longer than we have, certainly, that have devoted their lives to working with people with chemical dependency and psychological conditions. And now that psychedelics are being accepted as a tool for helping with these conditions, treatment-resistant depression, a whole list of areas that ibogaine is finding a place in the medical field that was not known or has not been exercised under controlled conditions. So that's what we're trying to attract and invite people. And again, I'm hoping to get feedback. And if people have questions, that we can hopefully respond either personally to you, or we'll do a little YouTube whatever segment and address the questions. So thank you, and hope to keep going on from here.